Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So we're gonna be discussing makeup that just did not work out for me. And I've never in my life had to say, not sponsored over a fails video. I actually kind of find it humorous right now. Oh my God, do I need to include this in this video? Like, today I have a roundup that I have been collecting for quite some time now of products that didn't work out for me. It doesn't mean that they won't work out for someone else, but we're just gonna go on a journey of, you know, things that just made me feel like, not pretty. And my goal with beauty products is to feel beautiful. So if they don't help me feel more beautiful and they actually make me feel less attractive and beautiful, then like what's the point? You know, like I have to talk about it. So I have 10 items in front of me. We are going to dive right in. Also, I have to say this, oh my gosh. So the foundation that I'm wearing, I have 10 items here. I'm gonna talk about 11 because the one on my face that is foundation is the 11th. So I just wrapped up another video. I ate lunch. I made a mess of myself. I put on a different lipstick. I was kind of messing around with these Hourglass little scattered light glitter eyeshadows, which are super, super gorgeous, super beautiful. I always do this. Like if I wrap up one video, I'll play around with new makeup, I'll change my look. Maybe I get in the mood to sit down and film another one that doesn't require me to put on makeup, and that's what I'm doing right now. But we're sitting down, like about to talk about things that did not make me feel beautiful. And I'm gonna show you right now a close-up of this foundation and what has gone wrong, because oh my goodness, I just think stick foundations are not for me. It's just like not sinking in my skin, and everything, if you look super, super close up, it's like breaking apart entirely. So I tried a stick foundation that is the Super Stay from Maybelline, trying on a bunch of Nude drugstore products in the video that I filmed this morning. I will link that below. I closed the video out, I've changed my makeup up, and I just wanted to update you guys straight away. Sometimes you know on the first try, this is one that I won't be using again. It does not work with my skin. It has a similar wear down to the YSL stick foundation that I recently did a review on, and I'm just like at the point where I'm like, maybe stick foundation is like not the way to go for me. Aside from the Vanish one from Hourglass, it's literally like the only one that I really, really love. I just had to share that with you guys because I always want you to know when I experience something and it doesn't work, I feel like I owe it to you, especially when I try it on camera, to give you an update about that. So I actually am going to be doing another video idea, like kind of end of the month recap of things I've tried, things that ended up working, things that didn't, and I just think it'll be kind of fun to do that instead of like fails every month, you know? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. So the first thing we're going to talk about is actually a hair item, and this is from TG. This is called Joyride. It is a texturizing powder balm. I am all about a good texturizer, and in fact, I'm all about bedhead. Like I've really, really enjoyed a lot of their products. This one looks, my mind just went somewhere really gross. That's not why I don't like this. Okay, so a lot of their products are very phallic. I mean, I guess I'll just go ahead and say that. But this is supposed to be a texturizing balm that almost gets to like a grit and powder situation in your hair. And I tried to love this so much because I had a gel from the brand Nolita, which does not exist anymore, when I worked at Beauty Collection years and years and years ago, and it actually had like a grittiness to it. And what I would do back then, because you know texturizing sprays were not all the rage back then, I would take it on my fingertips like this, tilt my head upside down, I'd kind of really wiggle my fingers in, throw my hair back up, and my hair would just be like whoosh. It would be just like big and voluminous, and I love that look, so that you don't have to tease your hair. And I thought that this would kind of be the same thing because it was like texturizing powder for volume, and it just, I don't know, it says apply to damp or dry hair, invisible grip and texture. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Is this just supposed to be like maybe more for men? But it's called a texturizing powder balm, like for short. I don't know. I don't like it, you guys. It even feels gross on my hands. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a no from me. So moving right along. This is gonna shock you guys because I think a lot of people really enjoy these, and at first I really enjoyed these. Oh my gosh, actually I'm just like in my brain flashing to the fact that Marc Jacobs sent me a PR box full of eyeshadows that are like a new gel formula that I really, really, really want to try. So I always feel like such a crap person whenever I talk about Marc Jacobs in a negative way, because I have to say their eyeshadows have been some of my very, very favorites, and I love their brand and I love their packaging and I love so much about Marc Jacobs. But these for me just did not do it. Like I liked it at first. I liked the idea of it at first. Really easy to break the container, by the way. Like this is just from like floating around in my purse. I've tried this one out a bunch. This is the shade, I think Sugar Sugar, which is a great lip gloss. But this one ends up doing that thing where you see how it's like kind of thick. It just sits on top. It does the little separation thing and can almost look more like you have like a milky kind of weird texture on your lips than an actual balm or lipstick. So I stopped wearing this like pretty straight away. I thought it was pretty when you first applied it, and then I'd look in the mirror and I'd be like, like what's going on here? And it'd get like weird and like almost make my lips peel and like exfoliate. Does that sound strange? Like, you know when you put on like a gloss and it kind of like softens things up and then it makes any dry bits kind of like happen, you know? So that would happen and I don't like it. Another gloss that's actually, this is actually a very similar color, but this is a gloss form. This is the H2O gloss. Gosh, I've tried to love so many of these and I cannot rack my brain if I have talked about these or not. But I was sent a big box of them and I put them in like purses and drawers and here, and every single one that I tried was doing that weird thing where it just is like String City. You feel like one of those like horror film like where there's like do you know what I'm talking about? Like I don't want that. Like I can't handle that. And then it kind of like just hangs like right here and it just sits on the lips funny. Like what I need from a good gloss is for it to sink in and plump up my lips from all the moisture that's just like sinked in, and it just did not do it. So as much as I adore a lot of the Tarte lip products, I really, really do. In fact, they have like the very, very best, you know what I'm so addicted to? They have these like stick crayons that I am telling you, every single time I wear them, I'm just like, why don't I just wear this every day of my life? This is like the most perfect lip product. So do not count out Tarte lip products. They are really, really good. But if you are someone that's super picky like me with gloppiness in your gloss, then you might not like this one. This brush. Okay, Sigma brushes, I've done dedicated videos to. I'm not an affiliate with them and I'm not sponsored, but they do send me free brushes, and I did on their 3D HD Kabuki brush, which I really, really love because you can kind of press powder and concealer and it's just like a really nice brush. So I did that video and they started sending me more brushes. So this one is something that I did try out. And I have to say, if you are tempted by this because you have seen other people use a brush that is wide like this, let me show you what a good one is. This is a really good one. It has just a little more thickness. Like you see how this is fatter right here. This is from Luxie. This is the JD Wadey kit. This one, for some reason, whenever I do anything, whether it would be like blending out harsh contour, if I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a crazy highlight moment, maybe on the body or whatever, just it never felt like it distributed product the way that I wanted it to. So it's really random that this is like in my bin of all the bad beauty things, but the F90 fan, I am not a fan of. This also shocked me because I have been like the biggest fan of Urban Decay All-Nighter, and I always will be. Like I love that setting spray. It is actually like right here. Yes, they did this. Like they were the first to really grab everybody's attention with setting sprays that you could go to Sephora and find, and it wasn't just like a makeup artist mystery item. Like they made this a mainstream thing. So I have all the respect in the world for that. But this waterproof setting powder just looks chalky. Like it did not do anything extra special that some of my other powders wouldn't do. You know, like I went back to my other powders so quickly that I was like, this is all hype and it's just the name on it. But I have to point it out because I think a lot of people that love this, you know, as a consumer, you're like, All-Nighter, I love that one. Oh, All-Nighter, this must be like so spectacular, and it's not exactly cheap. So I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm not into this one. Okay, let's talk a little cleanser. This is a jelly cleanser, and I'm such a dummy because I actually purchased this from Sephora, and I was so excited to come home and do like the peel off glitter mask kind of a trend that was happening a while back. And I was like, it'll make such a fun video, and maybe James will do it with me. It'll be so cute. It'll be so fun. And I got home and I was like, this is a cleanser? Like this is, I thought it was the glitter. This one is, I used this like twice and it just, it feels weird and it feels like it leaves a film on the skin. I just don't like it. So this one says it's gonna remove your makeup, that you're gonna squeeze a small amount of the jelly balm into dry hands, and you're gonna massage on the face, and then it kind of dissolves into this milk, which it does, but it's just the film part that I don't like. Like, it just doesn't have a good after feeling. Like, the removal's fine, all of that, but the after feeling is just weird, and I prefer an actual, you know, oil balm like the one from Elemis, or Clinique has a Take the Day Off that's really great. Estee Lauder makes one that's great. I usually like the ones that just come in the big tub. This just didn't do it. So pass on that. Let's like just stroll down memory lane really quickly and watch me being in pain. Oh, Satan. Oh my God, Satan. Ow, ow, ow. It burns. It burns. My eyes. So just in case you hadn't seen that or you wanted to witness it one more time, this was the Lash liner. This is a liner that is liquid that you're supposed to put in your waterline. Oh my gosh, I have never felt so much fire in my eyes from a makeup product, and I cannot recommend this because of that. I just think that what were they thinking, honestly? I mean, wow, my eyes burn just like remembering that moment, and I don't think there's like a wrong way to do it. Like, it says like, put this in your waterline, and you put it in your waterline, and it's just like you've been just ouch, you know? I did put it on both eyes because I was like, well, we're halfway in, we're just gonna even this out and wear it for the day. It collected in the corners so quickly. It just wasn't even anything near worth the pain, you know? So just stick with like your basic pencil liner that is long wearing. I have plenty of recommendations. I actually have a video all about black liner that I did like a year ago. I will link that one below for you guys if that would be helpful, because I have so many favorites. That's not a favorite. All right, moving on to this one right here, the Bobbi Brown Extra Illuminating Moisture Balm. My sisters used this on me when they did my makeup. Another video of the 5,000 that you will find in the description box below. Have fun, go watch, leave comments. That video I loved so much, and really, you guys, whenever I miss my sisters, like, I just watch that video and I just love them so much, and I wish that they were down the street from me, and they're not, and it really sucks because they're the coolest girls in the entire universe to me. So anyway, they did my makeup and they used this, and it just collects right here and kind of gets that like hard bit like every time you go to pump it, and it also made my skin super greasy. Like, it wasn't like a good illumination. And I've talked about this before, that there are products that will really like plump and hydrate, and then there are other products that will just straight up make you look so oily and will kind of not jive with a lot of the foundations out there. So I've only tried this one time, but just the way my makeup wore the rest of the day, I could feel that this was part of the problem. I also don't like the pump, and the price of it is pretty high up, so it's a pass. Another product that I'm like, no. This is the Boscia Stay Luminous. These are blotting powders. You know, it's going to blot away excess oil, but not make you dried out, I guess. I don't know. I use blotting papers very frequently, but these are expensive and they're just not that great. The Stay Luminous ones just did not impress me. It actually really kind of messed with my makeup. That's the thing, like, you have to find the right ones. Otherwise, it's almost like it pulls part of your makeup off, and that's what these did. I'm curious to know, because I kind of bounce around with them. What are your favorite blotting sheets? I like the Shiseido ones, the like old school clean and clear ones. Actually, I really love. But let me know what your favorites are in the description box. Let's talk about a weird product. This is just like, I'm putting this in the donation station bin that I already have that's like giant. This was sent to me very generously. They sent me a lot of them, and I tried to do this like twice. It's like a cheese grater for your feet. That is so nasty. So gross. Okay, I don't like feet. I have a weird thing with it. Like, I just don't like feet, especially like gross feet. So like, I try my very best to use lotions and make my feet soft and nice. And, you know, I don't know if it's like me growing up being a dancer and doing ballet. Like, I always am very much like, I want my feet to be nice and not like so messed up, because when you dance, your feet do get very messed up. Yeah, this is a pumice that you kind of grate your skin. It's really disgusting. I mean, it says you can use it on your hands and your elbow. I don't know how you would use this on your elbows. Ow. Like, it's just very aggressive, but it doesn't really do much. So my tip for you guys when it comes to your feet, use like a Mr. Pumice or a regular cheap pumice that you can pick up at like Sally's or any beauty supply for a couple of bucks. When you're in the shower, at the very end of your shower, go ahead and pumice your feet, the bottoms of your feet, wash them clean. And then what I do if I'm having an issue, like I've been running around barefoot and my feet are dry or anything like that, you can take a salicylic acid or some type of exfoliating wipe, you know, that you might use on your face. You can use like the most aggressive ones. Wipe that on your feet, or you can even pop open a vitamin E capsule. That's really, really good. A manicurist told me that trick and it really, really works. If you have like a very hard callus, it's like the best. So do that, throw on some socks, and in a couple of days, you'll see a difference with, you know, the dryness in maybe your heels or the bottoms of your feet. So that's my way of doing it. And just like a good, you know, you can splurge on a good foot cream too. Sol de Janeiro has a great one, and they usually have ingredients that help to hydrate, exfoliate, do all of that. This is just a no for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and hit the like button. Let me know you liked it. If you have not subscribed, then make sure that you do. Before you leave, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your bell is turned on so you're notified of all my videos. I'm here every single day of the week at 10 a.m. PST, Monday through Friday. Not every day, not the weekends. I need a break somewhere. So, but I do hope you come back and hang out with me soon. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.